my boba shop that I work at in Southgate. But yeah, as we head into the second phase and I guess the ending of this set, I guess. Yeah, this is very interesting. I didn't expect this to kind of go as it did. I'll show a little bit more, and I probably made a video that explained a little bit more in the beginning than I added after. But anyways, point being, I've just been thinking, and it's interesting to think that this next song, I was going to be between yes and not adding it to this session, I guess, these video recordings. But yeah, it just felt like a nice flow, and I think each song has their own time and place. Again, I'll probably touch on that later, but the song is called Soñando El Paz, Dreaming of Peace, and I extended the title or something in my mind. I was like, oh, maybe it could be like Sigue Soñando El Niño De Paz, the boy keeps dreaming of peace. And even the phrasing and the way that it's written down can be interpreted in different ways. Of like, oh, is the boy dreaming of peace? The boy is still dreaming peacefully. Something like that. I can't remember. But it's interesting to think like, oh, like, I guess I just think like I'm still here and I'm still holding on to that sense or that belief that as twisted as things may seem, it's peace, man. It's people, peace, just for everybody. Like even the wording, I guess I hesitated when I said the word man because it's like, oh, like that's the whole gender thing. That's another thing. I mean, not to get too deep in my mind, if you haven't noticed, since trail here and there. But just a sense of like gender equality or the sense of, which is not what I was trying to touch on, respectively. But just a sense of where we are as a people, I guess, as a species, as a collective, living on the earth with other beings, other life, like trees, like animals in the sea. And it's just heavy. It's really interesting to be alive during this time and think about whether it's war or just like injustices that we as people, I don't even want to say commit, but just act upon with ourselves. It's just insane. And it's all to say that, like, I feel like if I really try to sit down and think about it, it's, again, I'm trying not to talk too much, I guess, within this series, but it just happens. And again, maybe I will talk about it more, but point being of knowing, like, there's a lot of shit just going on in the world. Sorry, excuse my potty mouth. But, I don't know, it's interesting to see how we've grown together as people and how civilization and just the technological advancements that we've made have progressed, as our like relationships with one another, thinking about maybe in different phases in history or in our past, our shared past, that has been not to excuse what's happening now, but there's been so much more discrimination in the past. And thinking like, oh, like people also grew up in their own little circles, literally like in their own spaces of the world. And then once they started to interact, it's like, oh, all these different dynamics started to come in, whether it was like power dynamics or even like cultural shifts and cross-cultural like pollination, which is how I'm here. Like how I would think, like my parents are from Mexico. I was born here in LA, California, in the US, and you know, there's a lot of different mixed feelings about that, respectively, but it's also like, well, even the culture that I inherited, because even that I think is like, you know, I could have been born anywhere else. Anyone could have, it's just these circumstances that we're born into, and it's just very interesting to think about all of that. And again, I'm trying not to talk too much, but I don't know, despite all that, I'm still, again, here dreaming of and trying to act and bring the sense of peace, maybe with myself, but also with the people I love, and just people, man. Like we're here together. It's hard. I know we have different needs and wants and desires, but I think we can all agree that like everybody deserves like a fair chance to just live, and as long as I would like to think that we treat each other with respect, we can like learn to grow and live with each other.